Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here. You know who it is. And hey, even when I'm here at VidCon, a music nerd has to stay busy and hit you guys with a quickie review on the old iPhone. And I'm here to talk about this new I.L.Y's record. You guys have been, asking me repeatedly, and understandably so, for my thoughts on this album for weeks and weeks and weeks. And, I have already reviewed or touched upon the previous two projects. Obviously, the I.L.Y's is a side project spearheaded by Andy Morin and Zach Hill of Death Grips fame. Zach also of Hella fame and much more. Now, this new record over here, I have great respect for two of these guys. I loved the last I.L.Y's record. Of course, I love Death Grips material. I have great respect for their creative process, what they've created up until this point. And I've just been kind of sitting on this album for weeks and weeks and weeks, just waiting for the moment when it's going to sink in. There's going to be an aha moment. Like, it's all just going to make sense. It's going to sound great to my ears. And it's just not happening. It's not happening. I'm just so incredibly disappointed in this album, but not really in the project itself, because up until this point, I.L.Y's have proven themselves to be a project that sounds like Andy and Zach just kind of use it as just a bit of a weird runoff creative outlet where they just do whatever they feel like doing. I mean, the first record was kind of a weird noise poppy lo-fi rock record. The second record had elements of progressive rock, of art rock. It was really absurd and off the wall and hard hitting. There were some incredibly brutal moments to the production too that reminded me a little bit of Death Grips. And this new record over here, it's got kind of a bit of a watery, strange, garagey, and kind of psychedelic quality to it too. And while I do like some of the instrumentation on the visceral tracks, the more hard-hitting tracks, the more aggressive tracks, and I do think some of the studio trickery is kind of cool with the way that they kind of make the beats and a lot of the synths sound really wavy and watery and like a little trippy, very synthetic. The album just sounds so hideous to me. I mean, the slower tracks are as boring as watching paint dry, and it's like Andy and Zach did their best to only include the most horrid, hideous, and unlikable vocal melodies that they could in every single song. The melodies on this album are absolutely like a chore to listen to. I don't know. It's like they were intentionally trying to make every melody sound as ugly and unlikable and unlistenable as possible. And, again, I don't think it's really a mark against either of their talents, because I don't really use I.L.Y's as a representation of Andy and Zach's potential. It just kind of seems like, again, a weird side project that they just kind of let off steam in, and if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. It seems like, obviously, a project that doesn't really focus on focus, and they're just kind of playing with lightning in a bottle, and if it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. We're just kind of recording just to record here, and just kind of exploring different avenues and different sounds with every single record, with every single project we come out with. This just happens to be the one so far that was an incredible miss to me. However, that doesn't really mean anything in the future of I.L.Y's, because I'm banking on the next album sounding completely different than the previous one, as has been the case with every project so far. I'm kind of disappointed that, they didn't continue with the sound that they forged on the sophomore record, but, it's like, I just gotta respect the fact that they're just trying something different with each record, obviously, and this is just one that did not click with me. The songs fell really flat for me. Melodies, again, horrible. And while, yeah, sure, I thought some of the production, some of the tone, the timbre of the instruments, the way they were kind of manipulated in the mix, sounded pretty cool. It did get old after a while. Sonically, I think the album is a little bit of a one-trick pony. So, this one's just not for me. Just not interested in this one at all. And I'll just try out the next one and see if I end up digging that one. Yeah, that's going to be it. Over here is another review, another quickie review that I think you should check out. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you're doing well. And regular review schedule coming back soon. Forever.